Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Crossing Swords. As always, I'm Andrew.
And I am overwhelmed with the shit that's happened in the interim period.
It's been a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah, so we couldn't record for a week because... Was it 1 week or 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And it's annoying. That episode did quite well, the last one.
Slight clash of schedules.
Yeah, it is what it is. Also, it's been nice having a break, actually. Not that I don't enjoy doing the podcast, but just having a couple of weeks where I didn't have to, like, do any deep research or anything like that. It was nice to just...
I mean, take my approach, never do deep research anyway.
Well, I say deep. I mean, I just watch a lot of YouTube videos. That's my
the
deep
Alex
research.
approach.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I feel like I perhaps look at slightly more credible sources than Alex.
Pornhub's very credible.
I mean,
very credible.
Not when you're looking at stuff like indefinite leave to remain. Do you know what I mean?
You have to buy... You have to put in your identification now.
Yeah, or just get a VPN. Or do what other people did and they got characters from games that look like adults and used that as the age verification. Yeah. I remember talking...
What?
I think me and Alex spoke about it at the time when they first introduced it because I said to him, the porn's gone, Alex.
That's insane.
Yeah, like people were using characters from games and using that as the age verification.
I'm so far behind on life. Like, I don't know what's happening.
To be fair, there's been a lot going on.
There's been so much going on. And do you know what I've done? Nothing.
No.
Chill.
The thing is, we recorded that last episode and that was essentially a disaster, really, because we recorded it, talked about whether Angela Rayner should resign or not. And we were like, no, she shouldn't resign. Literally the next day after recording, she resigned.
Yeah.
And they did a full cabinet reshuffle.
It was a good start, and then it didn't slow up from there.
And it's just continued ever since. And
to
a degree, I'm sort of happy about that because it means when you come back, we've had time to engage with it, see what's going on, and sort of
we're not going to get caught out.
No, and it will be less reactionary, won't it? Because we've had time to sit and think about it.
Yeah, I've mostly watched sport and porn, but like. For sure, I've taken some stuff
alone or with your significant other?
Wherever. Sometimes if you, I went to Box Park, asked them to put it up on the screen.
I bet they were all for it.
There was a lot of yeses.
I'm guessing it was Croydon.
There were a lot of yeses. It was Box Park.
Yeah.
I've actually been to Box Park. I did actually go to Box Park Croydon in the last couple of weeks.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's a nice place.
We shut it down. It's
really expensive though in there.
Yeah, well, it helped that Steph's friend Lou, she won, like, they do a giveaway every week.
Okay.
So if you tag your mates and stuff, the person you tag might win something.
Okay.
So she won tickets to the game against Sunderland at Palace.
Nice.
And a £50 bar tab, £40 food tab at
Was
Box
that the
Park.
night your significant other, I can say her name, Steph, and Alex...
where is it?
Keep
Where is
my
it?
wife's name.
I've only got Angela Bassett did the thing.
No, but my first instinct is to not name people, but then I remember every time I do it that we have said her name previously.
Sure, yeah.
Was that the same night you, Alex and Steph sent a selfie to us in like the group chat?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And honestly, in that moment, it was hilarious because me and Anne were in bed watching a film. You lot were out on the piss having a good time and we're just like, yeah, we're just snuggled up in bed watching a movie.
Yeah, it was always a good night actually. And they ended up giving her an extra couple of vouchers for the food.
Nice.
So basically, me and Steph went to the steak place, the Argentinian steak place.
Yeah.
Steak, chips and salad. Used the voucher and we paid £4.50 for it.
I'm still not into steak, by the way. And I've had better steak since. And like, it's just bland meat.
No, you're having bad steak.
I'm not,
it's
mate.
Not bland.
I went to an expensive restaurant.
Expensive don't mean good.
No, but it means it's going to be better than if I go to the Harvester and have a steak.
I don't know, man. I like a Harvester.
Yeah, look, there's no shade on Harvester, but if
felt like there was some shade on
not
Harvester.
At all. It's one of my favourite restaurants, to be fair. But if you're going there, like if you're a steak connoisseur, it's not the first on your list.
I nearly went for a ribs and chicken wings combo, and you don't like chicken wings either.
I don't mind them. It's just I think the amount of bone to meat ratio isn't satisfying. Do you know what I mean?
We went to a place, Meow and Ash, in Lucerne.
And I don't want to see cartilage after I've bitten into
No, we went
shit.
to a place in Lucerne, and I don't know what the fuck.
France?
Switzerland.
Damn it.
But it's France adjacent. It's in the French quarter of Switzerland.
They wish they were French.
They basically are.
Yeah.
and they had I don't know what they were feeding these bad boys, but do you know what I really loved though? They gave you the whole wing, not just like that bit and that bit, separate. Like it was just, there's the wing. Do you know what I mean?
They just lopped it off the chicken.
Just lopped it off, fried it, and bosh, there it is.
Yeah.
Bosh.
Don't become like Tom Skinner.
No, not Tom Skinner. I'm going after Big John.
That's his, isn't that his? Bosh?
Yeah, he's Bosh, but he does that. The John Skinner, whatever. No, not John Skinner. I've combined them. Big John.
Big John.
He does it. Does it?
I've never watched any of that man's content.
I got really into it.
Is that because he's gone full left wing?
I think it was. Yeah. I saw him in that interview, and I was like, I'm going to go and check out his videos.
He's fighting the good fight online, to be fair to him.
He's like, do you know what I love about him as well is, and he's basically addressed this in some of the appearances he's done and videos he's done. He looks a certain way.
Mm.
So you're naturally inclined to think.
You would assume he's a flag shagger.
100%.
Yeah.
But what I like about him, because a lot of the flag shaggers, we'll sort of probably get onto it a little bit, but like after the Unite the Flag or whatever it was called, you know, up ourselves
Unite
rally or whatever.
Whatever.
They were all there at the aftermath buying, I think it was like Borough Market or the South Bank or something, and they were all buying like Indian food and Afghanistani food. Yeah. But Big John knows that he makes his living off of takeaways.
Yeah.
Like Chinese owned, Indian owned, particularly Chinese owned. So he's like, why would I want to get rid of them? Like, they're a good thing.
Yeah.
100%, and I love it.
Chinese, like, and we've said this before, it's our version of Chinese. Like, they've adapted it to our palates, but it's by far my favourite takeaway.
It's up there.
Curry used to be right up there for me, but sadly my stomach's betrayed
Also,
me.
the thing with the curry that the Chinese has going for it is that a curry, you're just getting a curry.
Yes, with a Chinese, I feel like you get more variety.
Couple of sides, but a Chinese is just made up of loads of little, like, that's how I like to do it. I like a noodle dish. I like a prawn dish. I like a rice and curry sauce. I like a spring roll, satay chicken, crispy beef.
See, I go a little bit different to you. Like, my place does dinner boxes. So you'll get like a thing that has your rice and whatever main you choose in it. But I sometimes, every time I get two. Look, I'm fat. No one's shocked.
You go, girl.
I feel like my mic's gone fuzzy. But I will get one with rice and a main and one with noodles and a main. And then I get like wontons on the side.
Oh, respect it.
Wontons are insane.
Like, it's so good. It's up there. Chinese is definitely up there.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to try Afghan thing. There's a place of 5 ways. We were cat sitting for a little while, and every time we drove past, we'd stop at the lights. Afghan, like Afghanistan.
Right, okay.
Afghan, sorry.
Yeah, the way you pronounce
Afghan.
it, I was so confused.
And we stop at the lights, and there's a fish and chip shop that's combined with like an Afghanistani thing.
Okay.
And I was so tempted. And then when we went to Box Park, there was an Afghanistani restaurant, and I was like, "Oh, is this fate telling me that I should try?"
What is their food? Is it just rice
and meat? But in my opinion,
oh no, I feel like we're having issues with the soundboard.
Oh no! Pause it. Pause it.
No, it's all right. We won't pause it. People can listen to this. I'm just making sure we're all good. It's just going a bit fuzzy.
I can't. I'm not hearing that. You sure it's not your headphones?
It's probably it is my headphones. My headphones have just cut out. There we go. I can hear again. So I think it's
clear.
Me. Yeah,
clear?
It's better.
We need to get you some new headphones. Christmas is coming up.
Yeah,
nearly.
If I'm a good boy, Santa might bring me some.
I went into Sainsbury's the other day, and I saw the Christmas selection thing.
Yeah.
Like all the Christmas advertising, and I took a picture and then it's Steph, and I was like, absolutely shameful, disgraceful. I didn't even see what was there. I just saw the Santa thing and I was like, I'm not having it. It's fucking September.
Hey, just get over it. It starts in August.
She texted me back and went, well, I like the Toblerones though. And I was like, oh, can you eat those?
The best sweets.
And she was like, yeah, so I got some
Christmas,
Toblerones.
in my opinion. The best sweets come out at Christmas.
Easter probably has one of the best.
What's that?
Well, they have two. They have mini eggs, but they have cream eggs. I love a cream egg.
I mean, cream eggs are one of the most disgusting things ever invented.
What are you saying?
Like, I felt really bad once. Alex, when he came to guest host the pod,
did he bring you a cream egg?
He did bring me, and I said to him, like, it's really sweet of you. I really appreciate it, but I fucking hate them.
I'd have been quite happy because I'd have had 2 cream eggs, but
I think he wasn't upset.
Do you know what I got to eat yesterday as well? So at time of recording last night was Bake Off.
Right. So I'm behind. No spoilers.
No spoilers. We had dinner before.
Honestly, if I see your tweets at the moment, because
I've not tweeted about it.
No, but in general, you do tweet about Great British Bake Off, and in the past you've not given a flying fuck about spoilers. So it's now got to the point, if I see a hashtag from you that involves Bake Off, I just scroll past. I'm not reading it. So yeah, sorry. Anyway, Bake Off.
Forgive me.
So
I like the way you do that.
We were, and then Steph was like, I really want to bake. I was
Yeah.
like, listen, babe, I'm not going to stop you. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
Well, I think she was implying she wanted both of you to bake. Oh, just her.
And she didn't have any butter. So we looked up butter-free, and bear in mind, we're already gluten-free, butter-free, gluten-free, and we found this cookie recipe.
Okay.
These like flour, egg, and sugar and oil. So she sat and baked, and we had some cookies. So then I got to enjoy some cookies. They were good.
Okay.
They were good cookies.
Not as good as mine.
No, maybe not. But these were
Grandma's special recipe,
look,
if you know what I mean.
If we were going to sit out to make cookies, those wouldn't be the cookies we'd make.
It's a damn shame.
You know what I mean? Those were cookies of convenience.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd go more up market if you were going all out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, but this was late at night.
Yeah. How did we get onto this? What were we on?
I was talking about food.
Yeah.
Big John maybe got us here a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
I think because I said something and went, hey, Bush.
By the way, Thomas Skinner's having a very well-deserved downfall at the moment, isn't he?
He's having a mare, isn't he?
Like, just turns out absolutely clapping cheeks behind his wife's back whilst doing Strictly. But oddly, not with the person he's doing Strictly with another random lady.
It's always the proper family men, isn't it?
It's always
the proper family men.
I had that thought, because we say it every time, don't we? Like the guys who put the image out there that I'm just a nice, normal bloke, couple of kids, a missus, you know.
The ones who
believe in our Lord and Saviour.
The ones who the image just comes out, like you see them and they're not hiding the fact that they are good family men. Yeah, fine, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But the ones who are actively promoting the fact that I'm a proper family man,
guaranteed they're snorting
100%,
coke off a stripper's arse
100% clapping someone else.
Yeah, so
but it's been a busy week. Like a lot's happened.
It's been busy.
Shall I list some of the things that have happened, and then we talk about it afterwards?
Yeah.
This is how much look at this. Look at this. Just you can't probably see it, but that's that's
Jake
insane.
Scrolling.
I scrolled. That's how much I've got. Obviously, we've touched upon the fact that Keir Starmer had a little bit of a reshuffle after Angela Rayner was gone. Trump's had a very busy time. He renamed the Pentagon the Department of War because apparently the Department of Defense, which it was named after World War II, was done as a woke movement.
Don't you think it sounds better though?
Department of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not if you're not at war.
Yeah, but it implies you fuck with us, we have a Department of War.
No, look. This is a country famed for having guns and like shit healthcare.
Yeah.
I think if you fuck with them, you know things probably aren't going to go well.
I know, but it's the little cherry on top. Do you know what I mean?
I don't look. It sounds great in a book or a movie. I want an actual Department of War unless someone's at war. Also, do you remember when Trump and Vance attacked Zelensky? They said he desecrated the sanctity of the White House by not wearing a suit. Well, they've agreed to host a UFC event on the lawn of the White House. So how's that for your sanctity?
Well, they're not inside the White House.
This one's a personal favourite. This is obviously relatively recent. RFK Jr. and Trump have said that Tylenol, to our English audience, that's paracetamol. Same thing. If you take that while you're pregnant, it will cause autism.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. That's a thing that's happened. A bunch of countries declared over the weekend that they were recognising the state of Palestine, kicking it off on Sunday with the UK, Canada, Australia. France have since joined in. I think Spain have been quite prominent and vocal on it anyway. Speaking back to Trump, Jimmy Kimmel was castrated and taken off air. He said
now
back on there. Meanwhile, Fox had a guy on TV who I don't know if you've seen the clip.
Yes.
He said that homeless people should be euthanized.
He was the head of something. I can't remember. He was the head of like...
Probably a think tank.
No, he was the head of like a government department in relation to like TV and stuff. And they were just like... That's why it was such a big thing, because they were like, the head of this thing is directly saying, we're going to...
Literally just casually says, like, we've got homeless people, but we should just,
we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
If they don't take our help, we should force euthanasia. Involuntary euthanasia, I think he calls it. Yeah. Homeland Security has ruined Pokemon for generations. We've also, I think we're going to end on the fun one there. I'll leave that for now. Keir Starmer has been reported to the International Criminal Court over the Chagos Islands deal by the Chagos Islands. Israel bombs Doha, helped by us. Our spy planes were flying over the area just before.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we've also found that there's quote-unquote no genocide going on. Russia flew into Poland and Estonia, destroying homes hundreds of miles inland. 16 candidates. This I don't know much about. I just kind of read the articles of the headlines. 16 candidates were killed or died before the German elections in the North Rhine-Westphalia.
I think we got to look into that one, haven't we?
Yeah, including 7 from the AfD, the far right group.
Yeah.
That's
weird.
That's quite fucked up. And yeah, there's a fun little sport one which we can come to as well. But then also, as if the actual real political world and stuff wasn't crazy enough, Ant and Dec have lost the National Television Award for Best Presenter for the first time in 24 years. They literally won it 23 years in a row.
That's insane. I didn't know that.
They literally have
for
not
what?
lost it.
Is it just for?
Do you know who the last person who won it was? I think was Michael Barrymore.
Have you
Shows
seen
you how
what
old
he's
it
up
is?
to nowadays?
No.
By the way?
What?
Internet videos. Like he does videos on Facebook and TikTok and that of like he went to his local boss man shop and he was like, I'm doing a snack run, it's late at night, I'm doing a gaming stream.
Fucking hell, man.
And he was like, so I'm going to show you the sort of gear I buy. Madness. I can't even tell you what he picked up, but it was mad. And then the latest video is like, I'm going to go try some Colombian food. I've never done it before, and you're going to be here with me.
Michael, my man.
And I'm just like, but it's weird because I know he's technically been cleared of everything, hasn't he?
You're talking about the pool.
Yeah. But I don't know whether it's because I've been told about that I think weirdly of him. But there is a vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Look, you can't host elaborate fancy parties and then have a body turn up in a ball
and not know what happened.
Question marks over you.
So yeah, he's a bit. This is gonna sound bad. He feels a bit creepier than Kevin Spacey for me, and I think like that's saying quite a lot. And I don't know. Like I said, that could be coloured by the accusations against him.
I think it might be.
But yeah, like I was just like, wow, that's mad. And the thing is, he was TV royalty, wasn't he? He was like the presenter.
Won an NTA before Ant and Dec stole it off him.
I wonder how many he'd have won if
But yeah, basically, by the way, that pretty much coincides with the start of
their success. Yeah,
I think I'm a Celeb started in 2001, 2002.
Is it just for that they win it?
Well, plus they used to host
the presenter
everything.
Award? Is it the
best presenter?
Right,
and it was stolen by Gary Lineker.
To be fair, they are good, aren't they? They are a good double.
There was also a bit of controversy about that because I don't know if you're aware the award for best documentary.
No.
So there was a tweet that summed it up thusly. So there was I think it's Amy Dowden, maybe, or something, one of the Essex girls. She did a documentary about having cancer.
Okay.
There was another one who did a documentary about loss, I think.
Okay.
And the favourite to win it was the Rob Burrows documentary, who'd recorded it in the weeks and months prior to his death.
Okay.
And like it literally opens up saying, if you're watching this, I'm dead.
Oh shit.
So it's like it was really hard hitting stuff. And then Molly May won the award, and she broke up with where she broke up with Tommy Fury. But it's it's a popular vote.
Of course she did, because Molly May is huge in this country. Like she's really popular,
and it's an online vote, and she's got arguably the biggest online following.
Yeah.
But she did. To be fair, when she got up there, she was like, "I can't believe that, even to be considered." She's like, "This one is. I want to dedicate this to Rob's wife and to." And like she did, like I'll give her a respect. Yeah, it's not her fault. She's won.
No, totally.
But yeah, Gary Lineker, I think is it a sign that people maybe are, despite the BBC's views, okay with him supporting Palestine?
I think by and large people were. I think it's the flag shaggers.
We do know that.
It's the flag shaggers that hated him for it.
Should we talk about the flag shaggers?
Yeah, we can start with that. Absolutely. So we had as we said, the Unite the Nation march last weekend at time of recording.
Big, 3 million? According to one particular source.
Do you know what was really worrying? I was at work, I think the day afterwards, and one of my colleagues, I don't even know how it came up. We were all doing tickets in the office, and and it came up, and I was like, yeah, and they're trying to say there was like 1 million people there, and he was like, there was, and I was like, with all due respect, all the sources I saw saying 1 million were
so the government and the police have issued their estimation, and their estimation is somewhere in the region of 115,000, which is still huge.
Huge.
People from all over the country. It's
one
massive.
of the biggest demonstrations there's been in a very long time.
So why would you feel the need to lie and say there's 3 million people?
Well, and then the image that was being circled around
the AR
of the one with the, was it the Arc de Triomphe?
The Arc de Triomphe in the background.
Because that was what I said to him, because he was like, did you not see the photo? And I was like, yeah, I did. And it had the Arc de Triomphe at the end of it. And he just sort of looked at me and then looked away, and I was like, and it's amazing, isn't it? Because you work alongside people.
You never know.
You have no idea. And I was like, oh, okay, just from this one conversation, we both know where we stand. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't understand why they needed to overblow it.
Yeah, that's what baffles me slightly, is like, that is an unbelievably huge number for a march.
Isn't that bigger than anything that's been done for Palestine in recent years?
It's one of the biggest marches, demonstrations,
ever
in recent history, certainly. Why you'd feel the need to inflate that still?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Maybe it's part of the lack of substance, like everything else. Do you know what I mean? Like,
they also then claimed that of the arrests made on the day, because there was obviously the counter protest, and that's a good point. Actually, I don't know whether the number that the 115,000 number that I've seen, I don't know whether that includes.
I assumed it didn't. I assumed it didn't.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, and they tried to claim that most of the arrests happened by the counter protesters, and it's like, then police released official reports and said
no,
there was like, it was the percentage was like 3% of the arrests were made on the counter protesters, and 97% of them were made on the.
Shocking, isn't it?
And it was the ones trying to get in, because obviously the police and the organisers hadn't quite anticipated how big it was going to be.
Yeah,
understandable. So they cordoned parts of it off, because obviously there was like a neutral zone, and then there was the bit with the counter protest.
Yeah,
and people were trying to get into the Unite the Nation demonstration, via these blocked off methods, even though the area was full and you couldn't get in, and that's where most of the trouble seemed to be.
Yeah. The thing is, I have heard a lot of coverage about it, and there's reporters that attended it that said there was a lot of people within the number that you wouldn't describe as flag shaggers, or, you know, they were people that are just really unhappy with the state of the country, and they wanted to be a part of a strong message to the government of like, we're not happy. But I don't know, I don't feel like that washes as an excuse, because you just got to look at who was at the front of that march, and it was Tommy Robinson, Katie Hopkins, Ant Middleton, and Lawrence Fox, 4 of the most morally reprehensible people in this country. And I don't know, like, and I know someone who went to the march, and I was really disappointed. And I don't know their motivations, and the person who told me that this person went said they weren't sure what side of but the impression I got was that they were on the flag shagger side. Can
I share a story from that day?
Oh, go on.
Lou, who won the bar tab, this was on the day of the march.
Yeah.
Her husband's Italian, and some guy invited him to the march.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I'll come. Like, he just thought it's an event, it's good fun, likes a bit of a laugh, bit of fun. Had no idea. And he sort of said to her, he's like, I might be going to this thing. Like, William, whatever them, invited me to this thing. And she's like, no, you're not going. She's like, do you know what it is? Sat down and explained to him. And then he rang up the bloke and was like, were you trying to get me deported? What are you doing to me? And then we were all like, yeah, that's the deal. You bring one along.
Yeah.
And you get one deported, and it just it ingratiates you into the group.
Yeah, you become one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was really making us laugh. It's like, you're going to take an immigrant over to a...
How did you feel seeing that many people as part of that demonstration?
Disappointed, because I think... Like, the one thing we can all agree on is that the country's fucked and it's not going to get better anytime soon. But so much of the message of that side of the coin, the immigration stuff, is false.
Yeah.
And it's the lies that are perpetuated by the likes of Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson, that go largely unchallenged. But actually, it's quite easy to look up the information and find out that what they're saying is incorrect. So to find out that so many people have been duped by it, like, again, I know I'm not to bleat on about the whole, like, you know, far left hippy dippy thing, but it's like, baffles me that no one's, like, we're all, country's poor, we haven't got enough money, and they're looking at people in these hotels and going, oh, they're getting iPads and jobs and dentistry and whatever else.
Which none of that's
and it's
true.
Like, okay, even if that is true, maybe let's look at the other side of the spectrum where energy companies and supermarkets,
water companies
are making record profits. They're not just profiting huge amounts, they're making record profits. They are taking more money than they ever have before off of us.
Where's that money going?
Yeah. Oh, we have to put the prices up. Why do you have to put the prices up? We're all struggling to eat. We're struggling to feed ourselves. In the winter, we're going to be struggling for warmth.
Yeah.
We're struggling. In fact, we all know that.
Yeah.
Or what about all of the contractors or property investors that have, you know, there are like thousands, I think it's about 2,000, 3,000 homes currently sitting unoccupied in the country.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's no profit in it.
Yeah.
But why aren't we looking at them and going, well, why aren't you filling those houses, and not with the immigrants, but with proper people, our people, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
It just baffles me that these people on this side of the spectrum are doing so well in life at the moment. It's not like, oh, we're all struggling.
No, they're doing better than they ever have.
Doing better than they ever have. There's more billionaires than there's ever been, despite the fact that there's quote unquote no money for anyone. And they haven't all left
the country like they said they would.
And yet we're going to look over here. And like, I can't get my head around it. And if we get rid of every immigrant, and not just the brown ones, the white ones as well, there's not going to be more stuff for you. There's just not.
And the thing is, the part people always forget about, and it's the famous James O'Brien thing. But I'm not talking about you. Like, there's fundamental things we need in society that are being fulfilled by immigrants, and mostly by immigrants, like the NHS, for example. Like, we've seen how much it struggled since Brexit because thousands of people left the NHS because they didn't feel welcome anymore.
Care sector's on its arse.
And then because the NHS is struggling even more, we're having a brain drain. Our doctors and nurses are leaving for Australia, New Zealand,
places
Canada,
where they're getting paid twice as much.
Where they're getting paid twice as much for half the work, and they're actually appreciated. And then and people wonder why. And then we have stuff like the junior doctor strikes, and people are like, oh, they're fucking greedy. Are they? Like, so yeah, we're angry at all the wrong things.
Like, the anger is justified.
Yeah, be angry
and
about the state of the country.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I can't understand it. And I'm sorry, but I'm sure there are amongst that group of Unite the Nation, and I'm sure I know people who would support the cause, who would support it. I'm struggling for the word here, not legitimately, but I'm sure there are people that support it for various different reasons. The same way Brexit is this version of Brexit.
Yeah.
For the same reason that there are people who support it for different reasons. The main reason that people want to do, the core people want to put up these flags and they want to do all this thing is because, and they want to be British.
They want to say it's our fucking country. It's our fucking country.
Intimidate the ones who are coming over here and whatever.
Yeah.
It's not anything else.
No.
It's not about pride or patriotism.
No.
Like I said the other week in the last episode, if you want pride and patriotism and real pride in the community and whatever, go out and pick up some weeds. Take a rubbish bag and a picker and go out and pick up all the litter on your streets. Yeah. Go and get a bucket of water and a sponge and offer to clean your local businesses. I know you might be doing a window washer out of some work, but make the place look nice, make the place fresh, clean. Go and plant some flowers.
Go look for needles in your local park and things like that.
So your kids can go and enjoy it without having to worry about all that stuff. 100%. If that's truly what you believe, that's how you can divert your time and energy.
The thing is, people just want to be angry, don't they? They don't want. I don't know. I feel like we're at a stage now. People don't want to be. What's the word? Reasoned with. They don't want rational thought. They're just angry, and they're being told this is the problem, and they're being told it over and over and over again. And I don't know, and everything that's rational or empathetic or understanding just gets filed under woke nonsense and the loony left and anything you say against the right-wing views at the moment, like any right-winger that listened to our podcast, any of our episodes, they wouldn't engage with any of it or absorb any of it. They'd just be like, fucking lefty dickheads. Do you know, that would be the reaction, I think. I think we're just at a stage...
They tell us we're in an echo chamber.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, they're not wrong. Everyone's in their own echo chamber. Like with Charlie Kirk, for example, and I know we'll come on to it. Before his death, all I ever saw of him was negative clips, like really horrible stuff.
He weren't a nice bloke. Like, it never came across like he was a nice bloke.
Since his death, all I've been able to find, bar one video, is people showing he's been taken out of context or showing nicer clips of him where he's actually showed a bit of compassion towards someone or a bit of understanding. And yeah, I feel like everything's curated towards what you're into. And I don't think people are interested in looking outside of it. They just want that confirmation bias. They just want to be fed what nourishes them.
And the thing is, I can put myself in the mindset of the immigrant thing, and I can understand how, at a first glance, it would be like, well, if we get rid of them, you know, there's going to be a little bit more to go. But there's not. Like I said, like the big boys in town are raking it in.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and tell me there's no money.
Yeah.
Don't sit there, you know, like supermarkets, like I said, that have just absolutely hiked their prices constantly over the last few years, at this, you know, at the rate of inflation and slightly above in some products' case, who are making billions and billions of pounds, record profits. Money. Do not turn around and tell me we have to raise the prices.
No.
You don't have to raise the prices. You could cut them. You could run them, quote unquote, at a loss. But if you're still making a profit of hundreds of millions, billions of pounds, then you're not really running at a loss, are you?
Yeah.
You might on one or two items running at a loss. But if that means that the everyday person, not the Thomas Skinners of the world, but the real Thomas Skinners, the real family people who are out there just trying to make a living and trying to have a go at it, if it means they can afford to live, then surely it's your moral duty to do so.
Yeah.
And that's where I become, you know, that's where I'll get in the clips. I'll get labelled as a communist.
I feel like the immigration thing, like the mindset over it's a bit similar to like how we used to talk about prisons. Because like you would hear was like, well, like they're fucking living the life of luxury in prison, aren't they? They're sat there with their PlayStations and their iPads and their mobile phones and their drugs and their booze and their fags.
Can I just say, by the way, how great would it have been to have been a fly on a wall in a prison when the alert system went off?
When the what went off?
When the alert system, you know, the warning system on everyone's phones. And someone had some contraband phone up their arse.
I don't even know what that emergency thing sounds like.
Do you know?
I turned mine off.
We were at Harry Potter World. It was just going off everywhere. But do you know what time mine went off? So at 3 o'clock it's meant to go off. It went off about past. I was like, I'd be dead.
Well, look, to be honest, because we live in London, even if they hit Downing Street, we'd be gone. If it was a nuke, we'd be gone.
Yeah, but it's more for natural disasters. It's more for...
Is that what it... Because I don't really understand why they're doing it, to be honest with you. It feels like an attempt to make people feel afraid. Like there's something we should be worried about, because otherwise why are they doing emergency tests?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it's a bad thing to have in the country.
What natural disaster is it there?
Well, it's not just, I mean, like, okay, yeah, you're right. What natural disasters
like,
in the UK
how often,
subject
like,
to?
We've had one tornado in living memory. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but equally, we've seen some, particularly in the north and the west. Seen some.
We'll do it in the north. We're not. Like,
seen some very big storms, some very dangerous winds.
Yeah, well then help the northerners.
Don't
worry, like don't fuck around with me. Do you know what I mean?
Couldn't have said it more like a true Londoner.
No, look after the northerners. I don't have an issue with that.
And now you don't sound like a Londoner.
But you don't need to inflict it on the rest of us.
Shall we? We've kind of mentioned it. Shall we segue?
What, Charlie Kirk? What did you think?
I'll level with you.
Yeah.
When Ash first put the message and went about Charlie Kirk,
yeah.
And I said, is he related to Captain Kirk?
Had you never heard of him before?
Not by name. Like, I did know him.
Yeah, like you'd seen clips.
I'd seen his clips and stuff. I didn't know his name. Like, he wasn't a household name. He wasn't like, oh, Charlie Kirk, I know the guy. You show me a video and I'm like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
But when he says his name, it's like, am I meant to know who the fuck that is?
Yeah.
It's like, who is this? It's brutal. It's horrible.
Yeah, the video was very graphic.
And no, I don't believe anyone should be. That's why I'm not a believer in the death penalty. I don't believe any form of justice should take someone's life. However, having said that, this is a man who would sit there and has said that some deaths are the price to pay for allowing gun laws and gun access in the US. So he'd argued in his life, he'd argued that his own death was, price to pay for having a gun.
Yeah.
So who cares, right? It's also interesting because a lot of the rights say they hold him up as this bastion of free speech and whatever.
Yeah.
But they hold him up as this thing because they'll go, he debated people. Because that's one thing, we've said it in today's episode. We've accused the right of not listening to people on the far right of not listening to reason, not talking. And they're like, Charlie Kirk debated people. He didn't really. I'll tell you, in all the clips I've seen, he would just quite stubbornly shut down any ideas. And like when that woman, the clip, I'm going to say it, the clip where the woman says like, was talking about abortion. She's like, there's some circumstances, let's say your 10-year-old daughter was raped.
Yeah.
Are you going to make your 10-year-old daughter carry that baby to term with all the complications that will come along with a 10-year-old? Give it, and he went, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow. Okay. So you're not really debating, are you?
Mm.
And that's the other thing. For a man that they're holding up as a champion of free speech, they seem to be cancelling a lot of people over it, comments about him. And then it's like, okay, people on the left, and it is people on the left, will then start quoting Charlie Kirk at people. That's not allowed. You can't quote him. Okay, so we won't quote him, and we will try not to mention him to him. Well, that's not allowed either.
Yeah.
You must talk about what a great free speech champion he was without ever saying any of the things he said.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
What do you make? What did you make of it?
I don't want to say I found it funny when it happened because that would be a really bad way to describe it. When Ash first sent the link, I was like, is this real? And then he sent a video of him dying, and it was so graphic because we just don't see stuff like that. Like you see it in films and TV and whatever, but it's really different to see someone like lose their life. And like, he went quick as well. So like you literally see it in the video that 1 second he's there and the next he's not. Like they said he was still alive afterwards. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. From what I saw in the video, it looked like the lights were gone. Lights the second it happened. I've more than anything, I feel for his children and his wife that they've lost their dad and her husband. Like you, I don't think anyone should ever be killed for their beliefs, even if they're if they were if they're Hitler. I don't think Hitler should have been murdered for being Hitler. I think he should have been tried, gone to prison, and served the rest of never saw the light of day again. And I would give him credit. Like I know you're saying he doesn't debate, but I wouldn't have the balls to go and even do what he was doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to go to a university campus.
Well, I read an interesting criticism of his debating videos. And it was someone, because I don't know if you're aware that he had this Professor Watch thing set up.
Professor Watch?
A website where he's listed all the he's encouraged his followers, for want of a better term, to nominate any professors at like college, university level who are teaching things that would be considered against the views of the left. So anyone who's teaching progressive ideas, anyone who says that, anything, where they're like, well, it doesn't matter. There's anything that's quite progressive thought and left-wing ideology, or would be considered by Trump to be left-wing ideology. He was like getting them to report them, and someone said, sort of looked at that Professor Watch, and he said, yeah, it's interesting. He said he's never in any of his videos debated the professors who this person
just
says...
students.
Well, this person was like, the professors would be well equipped to better debate back and shut down and argue. He was like, but the students have the ideologies and they have the beliefs, but they haven't necessarily developed all the skills yet.
All the life experience to have gone out and seen some of it and experienced it. And
the debating skills and the argument skills is something that comes from the college education. So he's like, by getting the students...
No, look,
he
I
knows
agree
they
with
can't
you,
argue back very well.
I still don't know if I'd have the confidence to go and do that. Do you know what I mean? To think that I could effectively shut down any person.
Too bad. I've just invited 12 people in.
I mean, what, to debate or?
Let's all debating first,
and then we'll see what happens.
You're hanging around afterwards. You having nibbles.
But yeah,
do you think you ever put on a spread for people?
Do I what?
Do you think you ever put on a spread for the people? Like in those debating videos where he's sat in the middle and they're all sat around him. Do you think behind the camera there was like a table with like little cheeses and sausages on sticks?
I don't think so.
That's criminal. I think if you're going to do some setup like that,
that's the worst part of all of this. The fact he wasn't putting a spread on,
beverages and some food.
Yeah. But like genuinely, I'd even say for a couple of days I was waiting for them to go like, "Psych, he's not dead." Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. Yeah, like the video was so graphic that in my head I was like, "Well, it can't be real." Do you know what I mean? Like part of me, but yeah, I mean, obviously it was real. Actually, before we move on to any more detail, I have got a YouTube short of some of his like not nice highlights. If you'd like to,
sure.
This weekend, there was an all-out propaganda campaign trying to make it seem as if Israel is intentionally starving the people of Gaza. I hate being lied to. It's not called Palestine.
You don't believe that Palestine have the right to exist?
No, everyone has a right to exist. Show me where it is. It's a non-existent place. I don't think the place exists.
What?
Because it doesn't. It's called Judea and Samaria. The overuse of the word genocide. Because when you keep on using genocide, you're basically trying to cheapen actual genocides that have happened the last 100 years. What? It is an intentional provocation, and I find it to be repulsive. There's one thing we tend to overlook. The people of Israel. The war has taken a huge physical and emotional toll on the Jewish people. IFCJ is on the ground throughout Israel, providing food and life-saving aid to the sick and elderly. Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. We note in our piece that Kirk describes King as, quote, a bad guy. It's true.
That's Martin Luther
and Kirk self-described very, very radical. View that the country made a mistake when it passed the Civil Rights Act. Also true. I'm asking you the question. The data shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil. But what happened? Something changed.
Better for the black people.
They committed less crimes. The spiritual battle is coming to the West. And the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. Christians, our sacrifice, our toil, our vision, the outgrowth of the scriptures gave us Western civilization. Everybody, if you are Christian and Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, these two threats are combining forces to come after us, and it's time that the church stands and rises up against it. But was America founded by immigrants or settlers?
Settlers.
That's not an immigrant.
Overall,
I fundamentally disagree with that.
You can't disagree with a fact.
Hold on, do you think Ilhan Omar has enriched the United States of America?
I don't know who.
Do you think Rashida Tlaib? I mean, I could go through person by person.
That's not okay for.
He's going to list every immigrant.
Israel is doing.
What is Israel doing exactly? Tell me in detail. Where's it happening?
War crimes.
War crimes, really? How?
What do you mean how? They're killing little kids, man.
Well, hold on. Killing kids. You mean they drop leaflets before they bomb in Gaza? They warn civilian corridors before they ever engage militarily. They do emergency medical procedures for any person in Gaza that might need it. Do you understand what's actually? It's called war, okay? And in war, sometimes bad things happen. Who started this? I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke.
Oh, I can't bring myself to say that. I can't.
I made it really, really... I told you, didn't I, about my joke I made at Palace the other week.
Oh, what? Are you going to say it on air?
I can do. It's just a joke. Charlie Kirk would encourage the use of jokes because wokeism kills jokes. Remember that. Yeah. It's okay to laugh. Yeah, well, and we know someone who was quite sensitive to the whole Charlie Kirk issue.
Yeah.
Who's quite right wing, and was like, it's disgusting. And look, as we've said, like, and he was like, he had a wife and kids, and I was like, not anymore.
Jesus. Yeah.
But like, literally, the things he said.
Yeah. And the thing is, like I said, because there's people I watch on YouTube that are starting to go towards the right, and with the Charlie Kirk thing, this person watched a video. What was like? Literally started their video by saying, "I've gone as deep as I can to try and find different videos of Charlie Kirk," and all of them were good videos of him. And he was like, I know some of you were going to say I've probably not looked hard enough, but I promise you I have. And I was like, you can't have, because I've seen worse than this. Do you know, it was a blind man looking around for it. The thing is, though, with Charlie Kirk is, whatever the person's motivations were, all they've done is amplify his voice post his death. And I actually
Is it an inside job?
I don't know. Look, I've seen so many different theories since about what people think happened. There's people that reckon he had a bulletproof vest and he was shot in the chest, and then the ricochet is what killed him. I've seen people saying it was Israel. I mean, I find that hard to believe given what we've just heard him saying.
Was pretty quick on the draw, by the way.
He
like
was before
minutes,
Trump announced his
minutes.
death. Yeah, so that is weird. There's all sorts of weird things about it. Like, I've seen stuff, and I don't know how true this is, that apparently the coroner that looked at his body said it doesn't make sense. Like, there's no exit wound. The bullet that was used was of a caliber that it would have gone through and likely hit someone else. So they're now hailing him as Superman, that
he had a super spine,
or that he saved people's lives in death.
And wasn't even anyone behind him. He just hit the marquee.
But yeah, what's really wild to me was the funeral or the memorial.
How disrespectful! Like, I'm not being funny. They're talking about respect. How is that respectful to the dead? It's like fucking WrestleMania.
What was mental was what I loved on Twitter, by the way, was people like when his wife walks out on stage and it's Batista's machine gun with the fireworks behind him. I think she's going to have a career in politics. I guarantee it.
She'll be a senator.
The reception to her has been so
Governor,
overwhelming.
senator, yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if she's like Vice President JD Vance the next time around. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and the thing is, right, and this is what it's been hailed as. I've seen it talked about by like Trump's cohort as being, this is what the left do, the violent left. But no one's talking about the fact that there were, like in the weeks before, 4 left-wing politicians, Democrats, who were attacked in their own homes.
Well, wasn't 2 of them
violently
killed? Like one and their husband.
2 of them killed.
Yeah. And that was by a right-wing shooter.
But who dressed as a cop?
Yeah.
Like, he posed as a cop.
Yeah, and like by and large, most shooters aren't left-wing.
Okay.
They tend to be right-wing. Like, that's just numbers. We're not making that up. We're not like, and if this guy was left-wing, and it's still unclear. I mean, the stuff apparently allegedly he'd written on or engraved into the rounds he was using were like sort of anti-fascist phrases and stuff like that. But yeah, look, I'm not happy he's been killed, because actually, if anything, it amplifies his message. It amplifies.
No, but the revisionism is insane. He was not a nice bloke. His
that's the
messages
thing.
were not nice.
I feel like there's a whitewashing of the image of Charlie Kirk post his death.
100%.
Because like, even it took me about half an hour to find that short, whereas before, if you'd have searched his name, you'd have found
I've seen loads of
stuff
that featured comments like that.
But genuinely, everything I was finding when I was looking, because I was like, oh, it won't take me long, I'll just find, and it took me genuinely about half an hour to find that clip.
But we know we've heard those clips before.
Yeah, and like, one thing I would say, I actually felt at the memorial, his wife came off a little bit disingenuous, but I have seen clips of her at other points. Like, there was one, the first time he'd introduced her to like his audience, and it was on his podcast. You can tell she was absolutely mad. Like, you could see it on her face that she was just in awe of him, and she loved him and she adored him. So like, I do genuinely feel for her that she's lost her husband and the father of her children.
I want a moment to grieve properly, though. I wouldn't want a fucking. I wouldn't.
But
like
you
I said,
can't
it looked like
imagine-
WrestleMania.
You can't think she was against it, though, can you? You wouldn't be a part of that if you were. Well, maybe, I don't know, but I like to think if you were really against that, you wouldn't play a part in it.
It's fucked up.
But yeah, is that just a cultural difference? Because we do a state funeral, which is where, you have the horse-drawn carriage and there's bands and, we do the pomp and circumstance.
It's very American to do a big show and
yeah,
dance.
it is, isn't it? Like, it's the Super Bowl halftime show sort of thing. Like, that's their way of doing things.
Yeah, maybe we are being harsh. Maybe it's a cultural difference. It just felt so...
Well, it's America, isn't it? It's flashing lights.
And it's capitalising on his death.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
Profiting.
I mean, like, Trump did it immediately. He went on live television and...
Trump, by the way, when he was asked when he got off the helicopter or whatever it was, and they were like, how are you feeling about Charlie Kirk's death, sir? And he's like, listen, I'm very sad, but I tell you, you want to feel something, look behind you. You see all the construction crews over there? We're redoing the Great Hall in the White House. We're doing the ballroom. Hasn't been done in 150 years. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, but didn't he say some wild shit at the memorial as well while he was up on stage?
Lord, no. I've seen some of his stuff he said to the UN.
But yeah, I mean, that's Charlie Kirk.
My favourite, by the way, of the UN stuff was when he said in the building in New York, and he was like, it's an okay building. He said, okay, but, someone offered to redo it years ago. I offered to redo it. They said no, and I got to say, they don't know architecture. Yeah. They don't know architecture. You look at this place, they don't know architecture. I
have listened to a lot of coverage about Charlie Kirk, and one of the things I heard, and I thought was quite interesting, I didn't realise how important he was to the Trump campaign last time around. I think it was obviously like allegedly Trump's son was the one that said you need to start doing the podcasts, and Kirk's was amongst one of the first. Well, I think a lot of Kirk's funding for Turning Point, which was his whole movement and the podcast and all of that, part of it came from Donald Trump. Like, he was a part of the campaign, and apparently was a massive part of the youth vote that Trump got and got him elected. But I did see, I don't know how true this is, but I did see a thing, that sounded a bit Trumpish. I don't know how true this is, as I said it and it came out of my mouth, that Charlie Kirk's dad was one of the architects of Trump Tower. Would be perfect. So... But I'm not going to speculate. I don't know in the same way. I'm not going to speculate. So, yeah, it sounds like a bit of nepotism. But look, I don't agree with his message, but you can't argue that he was an effective... like whipper of support. And no, but then I'm not going to turn around and start talking about him in this really positive light. No, look, that's not don't speak ill of the dead. No, he was a fucking dick, and he said some horrible things. I totally agree with you. I remember you wouldn't be like, oh, Jimmy Savile, we better not say nothing bad about him. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, but Charlie Kirk didn't nonce anyone that we know of. Do you know what I mean? So, but I remember when I worked for my previous company, I'd had an interaction with this dickhead manager just over the phone, and he came across like one of the biggest wankers I've ever dealt with. Just made it incredibly difficult. That says something, because you know me. Well, exactly. And a couple of years on, it turned out he died of brain cancer. And my boss at the time was like, it's desperately sad. And I was like, no, totally it is. I feel for his wife and kids. He was a massive cunt, though. And she was like, you can't say that. I was like, I absolutely can. I can say it's like, I wish he hadn't died of brain cancer. Absolutely. But he was a complete twat the one time I dealt with him. Yeah, I don't want anyone to die, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop. No, I'm allowed to think that about him. Like Daniel Sloss would say, cunts are going to die. Do you know what I mean? And you're allowed to be happy that they're gone as well. So, like, it wouldn't surprise me if Daniel Sloss popped a bottle of bubbly when Charlie Kirk got shot. Like, that's one of his things. He's like, when anyone we hate dies, we pop a bottle. And I'm not saying you should go that far, but, you know. No, but yeah, like, I'm not going to turn around and start saying, like, oh, I'm not mourning for him. I'm going to focus on the good. No. He was a nasty piece of work, and he said some really horrible things. The only reason I brought other really nasty messages is because I wanted us to have a more detailed discussion about him and not just sit here and go, he was a scammy cunt and we're glad he's dead. Do you know what I mean? So, amen. Are we going to do a rippers for him? I knew you were going to ask that, and the answer is no, I'm not. I knew what the answer would be. I just wanted to ask it. Right, we got, I would say, about half hour left. What do you want to do next? I want to quickly touch upon two little things that I've got here that we haven't really spoken about. So just to go back to the Unite the Nation thing, I missed this to say this then. Tommy Robinson, are you aware what happened to him recently? No. In the wake of the Unite the Nation, he was like, I'm going to get away. So he booked himself a holiday down in Colombia.
on these little islands off the coast
This
of Colombia.
Is a penniless Tommy Robinson, allegedly, by the way.
100%. So he goes down there, so he flies into Bogota. He flies into Bogota.
Why do you have to put the twang on stuff when you say it?
It's just today as well. Like it's not.
No, you do it with a lot of stuff.
I do it sometimes.
Like we said something French in the last episode, and you had to put. Do you know what I mean?
I am that dickhead. It's very Ted Mosby-esque.
You're the dad, like when you're in Spain. As can I have the patatas bravas?
Una cerveza.
You're that guy. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're right.
He was in Bogota.
It's very Ted Mosby of me as well that I do it.
Encyclopedia.
So he gets there, flies into Colombia, and they say,
No, senor.
They say, yes, senor. Perdone, you are a national security threat. We are deporting you.
You are dirty bastard.
So they said, we're deporting you back to the UK.
Yeah.
But the next flight's not till tomorrow, so you're just going to have to sit in this cell for the next day.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, this is a joke. Can I just book a flight somewhere else? I said, well, yeah, as long as you're not here, we don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
So he went, okay, I'm going to go to Panama. Famously like a dirty cut, with all due respect to Panama. It's got a history of being...
It's a dirty place.
Got a history
that
of
was
being
very Tom Skinner.
Got a history of being quite questionable. Flies into Panama. You're a national security threat and we're deporting you back to the UK. Literally, my man got deported twice in one day.
Why is he considered a national security threat in Colombia and Panama, though? I was just curious.
I don't know. Maybe it's the message. I mean, to be fair, he says national security threat. Let's not remember that he was done in Canada, was it, for fraudulent visa?
Okay, yeah.
Might have been America, but I'm pretty
that's
sure
not
it's
me.
Canada.
I just want to say I'm not defending Tommy Robinson.
He's also got a criminal record that doesn't bode well on an international visa thing.
He's a fuck and a scumbag.
So he's saying, either way, my man who's against immigrants and against people coming into the country was deported twice in one day. That's quite a spectacular commitment.
That's impressive.
You couldn't make it that funny. I know I said as well, Homeland Security ruins Pokemon. I don't know if you've seen this.
I haven't.
They released videos, and ICE, obviously, who, by the way, we've got to give huge credit to Gavin Newsom of California, who's passing a bill that will forbid law enforcement from wearing masks. They'll have to have their face on display.
Okay.
So all these ICE that are going around with balaclavas and stuff, yeah, it's like, no, you can't just do that and start kidnapping people out. It's like,
yeah. Have you heard, by the way, literally before we came on to record, an ICE facility in Texas, I want to say, there was a mass shooting by a suspected sniper that used a gun on themselves after they were done. They don't know who did it, the motivations or anything like that, but several people were killed and several injured as well.
Were they deportees?
No detail.
No, right,
it was literally fresh before we...
Fair. So anyway, yeah, they've released videos, and I hope that Nintendo sue that, or whoever owns the rights to the song sue the
this was
shit
the Gotta Catch Them All.
Gotta Catch Them All. And then interlaced the Pokemon thing
yes, I have seen
videos of them grabbing
people. It's mad, isn't it?
You're dehumanising them in such a horrendous way.
And the thing is, there will be so many people that watch that and go, that's brilliant, isn't it? Like, we'll probably know some of them.
And like the thing is, like, we know, and I hope some people who listen to this know, that if you use some of that stuff, like songs and stuff on YouTube, like they come down on you so fucking hard, the companies.
Yeah.
So I just hope they come down hard
on
the US government.
They do. Absolutely. And apparently Nintendo are quite litigious.
We're going to end with two things.
Yeah.
One, you're not going to know anything about it, but I'm going to ask you anyway. And then one, just a fun one.
I like it when you do that. Just get my raw.
Golf. This weekend, we'll see the Ryder Cup.
Okay. That's the two teams, the America versus Europe.
So in 1927 was the first Ryder Cup. It's held every 2 years, taking place alternately between the two. It was originally the UK versus America. Then in 1960s, I want to say, no, 70s, there were 3 tournaments in a row where it became the UK and Ireland against America. And then in the late 70s, early 80s, it became Europe, and it's been Europe ever since.
Fair.
Right in the Seve Ballesteros era, just perfect for European.
Even I know who Seve Ballesteros is.
Oh, sexy. But the US this time, also Gianfranco Zola is going to be one of the
golfers,
the caddies, I think, for Team Europe. I think he's going to be Molinari's caddy.
Okay.
It's spectacular. I'm here for it. Historically, they've never been paid for taking part in the Ryder Cup. You get a captain, so the committees select a golfer who's traditionally at the back end of their career, but still...
Yeah, but more experienced. It's been around the block.
But who's at the back end of their career, who will then captain, who will then decide who your team's going to go up against. It's like, okay, we're going to put you out against McIlroy, we're going to put you out against Molinari, whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of the captain's duty, and obviously to G everyone up at the end of the day and the start of the day. So the Americans are going to be paid this year.
Right.
For the first time.
By who?
By the PGA, whoever organises it on the Americans'
It's going to be
behalf.
Live Golf, isn't it? It's going to be the Saudis.
But it's an interesting concept because it's like everyone wants to play in the Ryder Cup. It's just...
It's prestigious, it's historic.
Well, what it is as well is because golf's such a quiet and respectful sport, and there is moments on the 18th if someone wins, you'll cheer.
Of the team.
But people are encouraged to cheer on the course. It's not like...
Oh, okay, so it's not silence while we're hitting.
It's not silent. I mean, there is a bit of silence while you hit it, but you're encouraged to chant and sing. But
there's a bit of atmosphere.
It's a bit vivacious. It's a bit lively. So everyone wants to be a part of that because you feed off the energy of the crowd. It's just
it's
fantastic.
more like Happy Gilmore.
100% is Happy Gilmore vibes. Everyone like there's no one who's ever played in it and not been like
I enjoyed
had
every
a shit.
second of it.
100%. And also these are golfers who are historically, because they're all playing at the top of their game.
They've earned shitloads of money.
They're well paid.
Yeah.
So they need to be paid. I would argue the same for international football. Like, for the top federations, I understand some of this, but like England...
I'm pretty sure, don't the English FA...
They donate.
Yeah, the money gets donated to charity rather than paid to the players.
Yeah, which is obviously, I'm not going to say let's not stop paying charities, but it's like, do we need to...
Do we need to do that? Shouldn't you just be happy to represent your nation?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know
so
how
what do
I
you make
feel
of
about
it?
this?
Yeah, the Americans getting paid. The Europeans won't get paid.
It's weird that they're not both getting paid because I'm then like, so is it? I'd like to know who's paying. I mean, I'm assuming it's the Saudis because they're big in golf. They don't own golf now.
They have a golf tournament.
No, but didn't Live Golf merge with?
Their players are allowed to play in other tours.
Yeah, but I swear I remember reading something that they'd basically bought golf.
They're doing their effort to, for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't really know what I think about it, to be honest, mate. Like, people just want to earn as much money as... I mean, have the players demanded it, or have they just gone, you're getting paid this year?
I don't know.
I mean, I'd maybe, if I was one of the golfers, I'd be like, I don't really need it. I'm going to donate it to a charity.
Which would be a nice thing to do, and some of them may do that.
Yeah, but if they're going to, if they are offered the money, then... Do you know what I mean? If they're demanding it, I'd be like...
It's never your fault if someone offers you money. We said that with football players and stuff.
Yeah, like, Saudis, are you listening? It's not our fault if you offer us money.
Like, no joke. Forget my morals. If the Saudis paid me like $1 million quid
Did you see this Riyadh Comedy Festival thing? Did you?
No.
Like, there's going to be... it's called the Riyadh Comedy Festival, which is the Saudis,
presumably
right?
in Riyadh, yeah.
But no, it was being performed in either Dubai or Abu Dhabi. I can't remember which one.
Is that 'cause it's easily accessible for foreign tourists or something? I don't know.
But it had like Bill Burr, Jimmy Carr. I can see his face, but he's like a South Asian comedian in it. Russell Peters.
I love Russell Peters.
Dave Chappelle. Like the big names of comedy. And obviously they're all being paid obscene money to go and do it, and people were slagging them off, being like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't need this money. Like, Bill Burr's one of the most successful comedians on the planet. So's Dave Chappelle. So's Russell Peters. Jimmy Carr is, like, I believe the #1 selling comedian in the UK.
Big tax bill, though.
Well, I think he's probably paid that off by now, to be fair. After finding out how much, like, the average comedian makes, like, they're not hard up. If you're...
the average comedian on to, like, the proper...
No, if you're I would not the average. It's probably the medium range comedian. So if they're doing a minimum 1,000-seater shows, they're earning very, very good money. If they're doing a proper tour, they're earning very, very good money. And Jimmy Carr very famously does shitloads of shows. So he's not hard up, is he? What do you think? Like, should they be taking the money? Should they turn it down?
I think they should be turning it down because the top ones, but I would understand if a couple of the top ones said to some of the smaller ones to whom it genuinely was life-changing money, if some of the smaller ones went, look, if the big boys don't come, they're not going to do the tournament and I won't get paid.
Yeah.
If a couple of the big boys went for the sake of the smaller ones, I know this is a mad scenario in my head, but go with it. But if they said, I'll go so that you can...
But the Saudis aren't going to put it on if all they can get is the small ones.
And that's why I said, if a couple of the big boys said, we'll go,
but you need
so
to
that they still put it on, and you get paid.
I mean,
do
you know who Tim Dillon is?
That's not happened, is it?
Do you know who Tim Dillon is?
It's not the Saturday Night Live. No, who am I thinking of?
No, Tim Dillon's a chubby, like, American comedian. I would say he's on the right wing. He would say he sort of floats in the middle.
White?
Yeah.
I do not know.
He's a gay guy. And it's so, but I find him quite funny. I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but I just like the way he operates, and like the way he does a podcast is just him in front of a camera for an hour and a half, and he'll just rant and talk about whatever subject. And he was going to be at Riyadh Comedy Festival, and it was rumoured he was going to be getting somewhere around 300 grand for doing it. But because he's a very outspoken comic, he got kicked out for mistaking what city it was going to be in. And they were like, apparently it's quite offensive to mistake Abu Dhabi with Dubai or whatever way round it was. And so they kicked him out. But, like, obviously none of these comedians are allowed to, like, there's very strict rules about what you're allowed to go and say.
I would just like to say this, just to throw it back to one of the Charlie Kirk comments we heard earlier on, where he said, Palestine, pointing to it on a map. With all due respect, Americans couldn't point to America on a map.
No.
It's very difficult for them to go to the UAE and go,
also,
right, pick out one of the two major
America's
cities.
history is they stole that country. Do you know what I mean? Like, like the American people.
We are native. No.
They're not in the indigenous Americans, as they're now known as.
Killed the natives.
You don't. It's not actually your country, mate. It's the people you forced onto reservations who actually naturally belong in that country. They're the first settlers of that land, or the people that were first born there. So yeah, it's just fucked. But yeah, just thought it came into my head because you mentioned the Saudis came up.
I'm going to set a scene.
Set me a scene.
Have we still got that? Dreamlike, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ish. Right, go with it. You're in Tameside Hospital in Manchester. Okay.
I've never been there. I'm just imagining a hospital.
You're not very well. You need surgery.
My fucking kidney.
So.
No.
Yes.
I'm lying on the hospital bed.
They wheel you in, and the anaesthetist comes up, and the surgeon says, listen, you're going to count back. We've got you.
Wait, Serge, can I just interrupt you for a second? Please don't take my dick away while I'm asleep. I need it.
I said, we're professionals.
Okay.
We've got this.
I trust you.
And they put you under, and you count backwards, and you go to sleep. And you wake up a few hours later in the recovery room.
My dick's gone?
You're fine. You're on the mend.
Cool.
You're a little bit worse for wear because you just had major surgery. Right, you're fine. Now, in the period while you were out, your anaesthetist got very tired. Long surgery. You need a lot of concentration.
Well, surgeries are famously, if it's a serious one, quite long.
And your anaesthetist has turned to one of the nursing colleagues and said, look, can you monitor the patient?
Yeah.
I need a comfort break. And he goes off and he comes back 8 minutes later looking quite happy, but no one's any the wiser. And it turns out that he's been having it off with a nurse.
Do you know what? I didn't know the full story. And I was about to say I guarantee it was with a nurse. Because I found out recently, nurses fuck, by the way.
Do you know what? It's the same, because it's the same thing with the police. Like,
really? Are police at it constantly?
Yeah, but do you know why? And it kind of makes sense when you think about it. They work such odd and unsociable hours.
The only options are the people around you.
Yeah, having a dating life is really difficult, so you turn to those that are around you.
Apparently nurses are gagging for it. That's what I've heard.
It's rampant.
I mean? We went into the wrong professions, mate. We should have been police and medical professionals.
Get the outfits. Get me AnneSummers.com.
Doesn't quite count, though. You can't just wander around your local hospital dressed like a nurse.
It's a bit weird. Admittedly, the last time I did it was
especially
questions.
If you do it in a sexy nursing outfit with a crotch missing.
It was questions.
Arseless chaps and...
Yeah, there were some questions raised.
But yeah, so it turned out it was an anaesthetist,
It was an anaesthetist, yeah.
Yeah, which is just someone who just stands there and makes sure you're still asleep, really, isn't it?
Still alive, I think, is the main thing.
Well, tomato. Do you know what I mean? If you're too asleep, you're dead.
Because to be serious, the risks from...
Do we know what surgery it was?
No, and I was so upset. I wanted to find out what the procedure was. All we know is a male patient.
So he went out, emptied his balls into a suspecting nurse. I don't want to say an unsuspecting nurse. Like she was, from what we were aware,
fully consenting
and willing. Me, you, and Ash talked about this in the group chat and had a very blokey conversation, as we're doing right now.
Locker room chat, I believe it's called.
But I actually don't have an issue with it. Like, if the surgery's gone off all right and the person's not died, like, and as we said, genuinely, some surgeries are really long. So, like, if the person involved in my surgery is like, do you know what? I just need to go deal with this because otherwise I might make a mistake. But like, fucking do it, mate. If I'd have been awake and the anaesthetist was like, look, I just need 10 minutes to go get my end away and I'll be right back and I'm here with you for the duration.
I feel like if it was a surgery that hadn't included comfort break, like it was the length where, okay...
I didn't know. Do they have that? Do they have a break during a surgery?
Well, I mean, if there's like a 6-hour surgery, you're not going to expect the whole team to be on point for the whole 6 hours.
So what, do people sort of cycle out?
A little bit.
I didn't know that. I genuinely thought if you had a 12-hour surgery, those poor fuckers are stood there for 12 hours dealing with your body.
No, I mean, you can't honestly expect someone to have concentration and skill.
I have less respect for them now that they're taking breaks, if I'm being honest.
But if it's one where it's like, look...
But it can't be surely the main surgeon stays there for the whole time.
I think sometimes they put you on ice.
Wow.
Like they'll keep,
I genuinely didn't know that.
But... Don't listen, I'm not a surgeon. Don't at me.
I'm taking you as a medical expert here. I don't even know if you know what you're saying.
This is the Farage approach. Just say things.
Yeah.
No, but like if it was one of those things where it was a long enough surgery that, okay, they go, look, go and have 10 minutes, make sure you're all right, and then rest up, come back.
Well, it makes
and he
sense,
did it then, fair enough. But I wouldn't want them to be
Guys, I'm
putting me
out for a minute.
putting me under, and they're not actually thinking, I better make sure this bloke gets to sleep all right and his levels are right. He's actually thinking, I wonder if Susie's free in a few minutes.
Susie's ready.
Yeah.
Or maybe she said, look, I'm going to be in the broom closet at this time. And he got his wires crossed and was like, oh, yeah, that's an hour before my surgery starts. And he's like, yeah, I'll be there. And she's like, if you're not there, I'm finding the next guy that walks past and he's going to satisfy my needs. And he's like, look, I can't have...
Great for the old bloke on the IV drip who's just gone for a little walk.
Slightly Susie, like, having anyone else but me. So, needs must. Do you know what I mean? The person survived, Jake, ultimately. Did he lose his job?
I don't know the outcome of it. It was under investigation. He was appealing it at the board. Well, he kind of admitted guilt, but it's hard not to when you got caught literally with your pants down.
Is it that bad? Is it a crime?
Is it a crime to
What's the charge? Eating some pussy?
Except
a succulent Chinese pussy?
Might have been.
Do you know what I mean? All one love under the
All we know is that he didn't shout out, get your hands off my penis. Quite the opposite.
Get your hands on my penis.
Quite the opposite.
Yeah. Look. No, look, fuck it. I'm behind him. I'm behind him. I'm in front of him. I'm supporting him. Like, yeah, look. I respect someone who knows what they need to do their job.
Look, I want my surgeon and my surgical team to be happy and well rested.
Yeah.
I want morale to be up in that surgical room.
How would you feel if a brain surgeon needed to be noshed off at some point whilst the surgery's happening?
Not while I'm in the room. Not while my head's cut open. Are you letting someone nosh off the brain surgeon?
If he is the number one?
What about if it's a she?
The number fine. If she needs to be licked out while it's going on, look. If she needs to get her bean flicked while she's doing the business. But also, like,
with all due respect, that's quite an intricate procedure, and at the moment of climax, you don't necessarily. You're not.
Take your hands away. Take your hands away. That's my only request. As the
your
magic.
Only request. That's your one request.
Just when the magic's happening, just stop for a second. Give yourself a moment. Compose yourself.
Your doctor has come to you before the surgery. Look, I'll level with you. halfway through, it's kind of a requirement of mine
Yeah.
to receive oral sex.
Or a fingering,
And
or a hand
you've
job.
said, my only request, you said, absolutely fine, Doc. My only request is take your hands off a point of climax. When you feel it building, lift away.
Just have a second for yourself.
Take one step back just as it happens.
I'm all about the orgasms, Jake.
You're orgasming seriously.
Look,
How many people do you think as well rushed out to that hospital for blokes?
I don't know. But no, look, if I had to have serious brain surgery, right, and the surgeon genuinely just sat next to me and was like, look, I'm going to level with you. I'm going to get noshed off at some point.
Can I ask you a question?
Surgery.
As your surgeon sits down and says this to you, are they putting an inappropriate hand on your leg as they sit next to you in the bed and saying this?
Maybe hold my hand,
Listen.
stroke it.
Sits down and says, listen, son, I'm going to level with you.
Pure eye
Little
contact
stroke.
as well.
Pure eye
Doesn't
contact.
blink.
I need to orgasm midway through.
My other I've got two requests.
I can't do it on my own.
I've got two requests,
I'm
Jake.
working on your brain.
I've got two requests.
Two requests.
Two requests.
These are your only two.
I thought of a second. Number one, take a second when you're
Hands
about to
off.
come. Number two, no jizz on me. I don't want to be jizzed on.
Well, surely if it's a good oral giver.
Look, no,
They
not
would
everyone.
consume.
No, not every time. Not all women.
No,
not
but
all
this is a
men.
professional environment. So if you'd be
It's
asking...
got to be sanitised, doesn't it? That's a very good point. Well, yeah, look, it'd be like they have to swallow.
Yeah.
Or into
That's
a
your
beaker
thing.
or something. Do you know what I mean? Just not on me. And like, look, I get it sometimes that the power of the stream of the ropes can...
What happens, right, if you wake up from that surgery and you're like...
Your eyes are sticky.
No, and then you just... You sort of sit up and do one of them and you're like, what is in the back of my head?
Look, maybe
Full Harry Met Sally
the deeper
Hager.
we go into this, the more problematic it gets. Do you know what I mean? Like
Something about Mary.
maybe the rule should be that doctor can only operate on men,
Okay, why?
so women don't feel like unsafe.
Right, because men would feel fine.
I'm
All men, you represent all men.
I'm not worried about being raped. Do you know what I mean?
Well, she shouldn't be worried about being raped. He's being sucked off by someone else. He's spent. He's got
No,
nothing
but it's
left.
the implication of a man
That's the
having his
implication.
knob out.
That's the implication.
Like, but yeah. Have you ever?
Have I ever what?
I genuinely saw something online the other day. I can't
I've
remember who
seen
it
it
was. Where this bloke was like, "I've never worried about being raped. Like, it's never a thought."
Yeah.
Have you ever worried about being raped?
Only on the occasional podcast recording.
By who? Have I made you feel like you're at risk?
It was when you said, let's play doctors and nurses, and then you said, I have two requests.
It's all anal.
All because you've got to be safe.
Yeah. I'll wear a condom.
Damn right. That's one. That's my third request.
That's your request.
That's
Is
my
make sure
third.
there's a Johnny. Well, look, the doctor could just have a Johnny on. That would solve the whole problem.
Pre-surgery.
No, during. The nurse will put it on for him.
Meanwhile, just outside surgery, a bunch of 14-year-olds watch because this is sex ed. They're learning how to put on a condom and perform
I'm
brain
not against
surgery.
it.
It's
I'm not
just
against
I'm
it.
thinking of ways to save money for the education system.
I'm all about versatility. Do you know what I mean?
What I've just got. Are you going to give the nurse like a cushion,
If she
or
wants
the
one.
other doctor a cushion?
If
Whoever's
they
sucking
want
on?
one, yeah.
Or if this woman, this female doctor's getting lit, are you again? Yeah, are you going to provide some kind of comfort?
I don't see why not.
It's going to have to be a sanitised cushion.
That's doable.
Feasible.
It's feasible. Oh dear. I didn't expect that to happen, that discussion. I knew it was on the
said the
list.
doctor to the nurse.
I knew it was on the list, but I'd forgotten about it, and I certainly didn't expect it to go that way.
Again,
Yeah. That's what the actress said to the bishop.
nor did the doctor. But there you go.
Yeah.
I think there's a certainly an argument to be made for wanting your medical team well rested. It's
Yeah.
the reason I don't want my doctors and nurses overworked.
Yeah.
I want them happy. I want them calm.
I honestly am in like seriously in awe of surgeons and like consultants, but like surgeons. I mean, you've got to be a special type of person to be able to open up people's insides and fix them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%, and they don't always do well.
It's really funny, right? That I can watch all the gore, like of a war, any war film, any like battle scene, doesn't faze me whatsoever. But if there's a medical drama on television and someone's being cut open, even though I know it's not real,
you look at what
I really struggle with it. I really do. And like my mum will sometimes watch like genuine like medical surgery shows, and they show you like what's going on. I just can't do it. It really grosses me out.
So you're in awe of.
Oh yeah, I think they are incredible people, and like we met a surgeon recently, and she was just such an incredible woman, and she was so nice, and like you look at her, and you're like, oh, your brain is just something different. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, look, the work they do is way more difficult than anything I've ever done.
Yeah, like I can't.
I never will
imagine.
do. Having said that, free blowjobs help.
Well, look, that was one doctor. I don't think it's universal.
We've just added it to the NHS training.
What level of surgeon would you excuse needing that? It has to be up there, doesn't it?
Depends on the surgery.
I don't want the guy who's taking out my appendix to get noshed off.
And I'm going to throw it out there, no paediatricians. That's not happening.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely.
No.
You shouldn't be getting noshed off around children.
Adult surgeries only.
Yeah.
And when I mean on adults, I don't mean adult
and also
surgery.
the adult has to know that that's going to be happening. That has to be.
The surgeon has to sit on your bed, touch your leg, and look you in the eyes and tell you
that I'm going to get noshed off while you're.
I'm going to orgasm.
But I do think we've got. It's got.
They're going to tell you I'm going to orgasm while I'm inside of you.
I think that's the end of the episode, isn't it?
This went in such a direction I didn't expect it.
But I'm here for it. I enjoyed it.
Me too.
But yeah, we have to keep the episodes under a certain length because we went over our allotted time last month.
Yeah, and a lot.
Because we're just proper podcasters. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to stop.
We're champs. We're pros.
But yeah, guys, let us know what you think. Would you mind a surgeon getting a blowy, a sloppy toppy while you're under the knife? Was it sloppy toppy?
It was sloppy toppy.
Have you never heard that before?
I don't know why it just tickled me in a certain way.
Was it coming from me, hearing me say sloppy toppy?
In the context of your doctor as well.
How do you feel about sloppy toppies, Jake?
Who doesn't like a sloppy toppy? And do you know what it is? It was your 2 requests. It was your 1 request becoming 2 requests.
Well, look, we're workshopping. We're figuring it out.
It's
do you know what I mean?
It's still in
you
there.
threw this on me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. You know, I'm just thinking it through.
If you're a doctor, write in, let us know. How would you practically want to go about it?
Yeah, like how could it work? Do you think you could get noshed off and
do you think we've just revolutionised the NHS?
Maybe we have. But then...
Did we just save the NHS?
Is that just... Is it a job in the NHS? Are you the nosher?
Yeah.
Is that a new position we've just created?
Just assign it at the start. They're like...
Maybe all these overpaid middle managers that we don't actually need...
Yes, they're licking off bumholes as it is. Get them in there actually doing it.
They're the professional nosher. Look, yeah. I solved it.
You've saved the NHS so much money.
I've saved the NHS. Single-handedly. Singled-mouthed.
Couldn't be more proud of you.
Where's my fireworks?
The nurse is getting it out of the doctor as we speak.
I feel like that should be in the clip there. But guys, let us know what you thought. How did you feel when Charlie Kirk died? We didn't even talk about the fucking reshuffle.
No.
But what did you think about the reshuffle? We didn't discuss it, but we'd like to hear your thoughts.
We'll get to it.
But we will see you soon.
Yeah, you can reach us at Swords Crossing on Twitter. You can reach us at CrossingSwords_podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I can see you're training for a new career.
Professional nosher.
Facebook, just Crossing Swords. YouTube, Crossing Swords Podcast will take you there, or you can follow the link from the description wherever you listen to this.
Like and share, motherfuckers!
Or CrossingSwords19@gmail.com. Write to us if you're in the NHS and you're a part of some sort of NHS think tank and you're looking to capitalise on our idea to revolutionise the industry. That's where you can reach us.
I'm also available for think tank work. I just want to throw that out there.
Me too. We would make great think tankers.
I'm the vibesman.
We can spout shit with the best of them.
Absolutely. If the last 15 minutes of conversation have demonstrated that. that dies.
And also, my final thing that I'd like to know from you, writing into us at Swords Crossing on Twitter, at CrossingSwords_podcast, comment on the videos on YouTube, comment on the videos on TikTok. What would be your requests if your surgeon sits down and says, I'm going to organise, I need to get sucked off during the thing? What are your conditions to say, okay, I'll let that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I want to know. These are the things they need to know.
I want to know what love is.
I want you to show me. Bye, Felicia.